Hey guys, how am I supposed to do this? Anyway, I have a YouTube channel. This is called Engineering Works, and this is my first time doing a video, so we'll see how it goes. This is how to remove the fuel injectors on the 2013 Buick Regal Turbo 2.0 liter, and I believe this is the LHU engine platform from when I was trying to get this thing modded. That's what they was telling me, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, as we all know, we tried to figure out how the heck do we do this, and I couldn't find anything. And I just there was a couple guys who had done it, and they're just kind of showing, you know, one guy, he showed how to take off this throttle body hose here, but there was another guy that was actually working on an Equinox, but kind of same engine platform, and he actually mentioned a tool that is sort of required to take off the fuel injectors for these vehicles. But anyway, I kind of already took it off, and basically all of your stuff up top on the engine right here, you have to kind of take off. The fuel line here, you have to take off. That bolt there that goes on there, I'll show you guys the manifold in a second, but you have to take that stuff off, and then you have to take basically the manifold, because the fuel injectors are right up under the manifold, and that's what this throttle body hose is connected to. But yeah, I kind of already took it off. I know I'm late. Like I said, this is my first time making a YouTube video. I'm late with starting from taking the video from start and then going to finish. But anyway, you take your fuel injectors out right there, and then you have to use these tools here, and here's the 6706 fuel injectors for the 2013 Buick Regals GM models. And this is like, it has a little J hook in there, and basically you'll hook these on to the back of the rail and then twist them to kind of pull the rail out evenly. You have to do this on this model. I know I've actually have a friend, he actually had done it without this tool, but he also had the 1.4 liter. So you really just have to make sure that you have that tool in order to do it. Otherwise you will make a very costly mistake and snap off, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, snap off that head on those injectors as you're trying to pull the rail out. And those are the injectors. As you can see, they're super dirty. Probably not a good picture, but yeah, you know, you gotta do it. Like I said earlier, here is the manifold, the air intake manifold, for those for a better visual. I got all my screws back in there because I don't want to lose them. But yeah, you got your vacuum hose line there, and then you have another valve solenoid here. You know, so you gotta take all of that off on top of the engine, and then you're able to get to that fuel rail and pull that puppy out. And this is honestly a beast of a fuel rail from what I would usually see on 4 cylinders. It's probably like maybe an inch around, or inch in diameter. So that's pretty big for a 4 cylinder. And I mean, I guess maybe because it's a turbo. But anyway, yeah. So there, you gotta take all that stuff off in order to get access to that stuff. Like I said before, guys, just like I said, this was honestly not nice. Even taking off the manifold here, it was not nice. Goodness. And then you kind of gotta pull the dipstick out, the oil dipstick out, and then pull on that just a little bit to get that manifold out. And then there's also like a little bar here that connects to the bottom, that you have to make sure you unbolt, and then you got to unbolt it from down there. You have to unbolt it from down there just a little bit, so that way you can move this sideways like that. Otherwise you won't get that manifold, you won't even be able to wiggle it out. And then lastly, this is important, guys, because it took me a little bit, and I'm like, what the heck, I gotten everything done out here. I'm like, why isn't it coming out? And if we look, see if I can find it here, where is it? Let me see if I can. Please forgive me. Okay, so look, where this little bracket right here, if it focuses, there we go. This bracket right here actually goes right in the side of the manifold. So the screw comes in on this side, and you want to make sure you get that unbolted as well when you get that off of the when you're trying to get that off of the manifold as well. It took me a little bit to figure. I'm like, what is holding me up? And I finally looked around, peeked around this harness over here, and boom, bye, there goes a freaking screw that's holding on to the side of it. In addition, and this is my other truck, I'll be doing videos. I'm still getting this puppy cleaned up too. I got work to do on it. I got some plans that I want to do on it, but my part for this car is up in for the Buick is in here. So this fuel line, we'll get in here. This fuel line, this comes. This is the last point here, guys. Last point. This fuel line is the one that goes right into the rail, and it goes right into this pump here. So you have to undo this. You have to undo that bolt, and then undo this bolt that goes into the fuel rail, and you have to replace this line. You do not want to reuse it. Luckily, the other guy that I was kind of piecing my videos on, he kind of told me, or kind of told his viewers, hey, you have to reuse. No, you can't reuse that fuel line. You have to replace it. So we do replace it, and that's what I'm going to do, and that's why it's out, so I can just, I don't know, go to, first of all, I guess, go to the dealership and see what do they have and match it up, make sure that it's right, and that they can match it up, because this is a 10-year-old car. I'm in 2023, obviously, and this is a 2013. This is a 10-year-old car. And these cars, the Buick Regals, are not cars that really stick around very often. That's why the parts for them is kind of getting a little scarce. Yeah, so I don't know if they have that fuel line or if they're able to make it and bend it up. I don't know. So that's why I got it out. Nonetheless, guys, like I say, this is a very choppy video. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to say, oh, this freaking amateur, what do he think he's doing? But you know, it's really, I want to make these videos just because eventually, as time continues, I want to get into salvaging cars, and there's a couple YouTubers that inspired me to do that, and I want to kind of continue that. You know, I want, you know, very expensive cars that were damaged in freaking car accidents, fix them up, and then now you got yourself a $300,000 car for, I don't know, 50K to 100K. So to me, that's a damn good deal. So I want to do that, and I'm just I'm going to start my journey and making these videos. It's primarily just because I have a little son. He's a year old. I want him to be out here doing these builds and these fixes with me, and it's really just for me and mine and his memories. I'm not necessarily looking for much out of the YouTube stuff. It's just because eventually, you know, I like to keep my stuff on hard drives and things of that nature, but eventually somebody will lose it in the future. And if they do lose it, or maybe they don't have the password to it, because I have a very encrypted life when it comes to that stuff. Maybe they don't have the password, can't remember it, then now those videos that me and my son has done, and obviously children in the future, will not know and will not have seen. So obviously keeping things in the cloud, unfortunately, is YouTube. And that's kind of the way I want to go. So nonetheless, guys, sorry this is a little bit broken up and not really the best detailed, but you know, if you guys have any questions, please leave comments below, and yeah, I'll also leave in the description the link for that fuel injector removal tool, so you guys know exactly which one I use. So thanks guys for watching, and I guess we'll see you guys in the future. Maybe never, I don't know. Have a good one.